Hi yogis, hi friends, welcome back to Move with Katey. I am so excited to take you through today's flow. It's going to be a little bit longer than normal and probably we'll have some more challenging arm balance postures, some things maybe you've tried before, maybe you haven't. But what I want you to keep in mind as we go through today's flow is that this is fun. We are here to be playful, here to giggle, here to make mistakes, and here to laugh together as we learn and try new things. So thanks for being here. Let's get started. Let's take a seat in the center of your mat. You can sit on your knees like I was before, or you can sit cross-legged. And like I do at the beginning of every practice, I want us just to get grounded in our breath and grounded in this present moment. So closing down the eyes, tucking the chin slightly, tucking the tailbone, belly button towards spine, and then softening through the belly, recognizing that in this space, we are dropping into the sensations and how we feel and not considering or worrying about how we look. So those abs can just be nice and loosey-goosey. Inhaling, filling up the lungs, chest, rib cage, belly. Exhale, emptying the lungs. Inhale, filling up. And exhale, letting it all go. And to start our practice, let's bring our palms to touch at heart center, grounding around an intention. For me, my intention for this practice is to be playful and to be joyful, and I offer that to you as well. And then once you are feeling ready, we're going to begin by fluttering the eyelids open and then just shaking the wrists. So we're just going to take a minute, shake the wrists, maybe dance back and forth. Maybe you put on some good music in the background and you're just dancing and shaking along to that music, or maybe it's quiet and you're thinking about the music in your head. We're just shaking. Awesome work. And then take the fingertips and interlace them, and we're going to roll the wrists around, just kind of making figure eight shapes. You can go fast, you can go slow, but just warming up through the wrists here. Beautiful. Nice work. And then we're going to turn immediately over into a tabletop and start there. And I said we were going to get funky and challenging right away. So let's start that by making sure our wrists are ready. Let's point the fingertips outward, and we're going to shift our weight side to side, just rotating over the fingertips. I'll show you about how far I'm moving. Just to one side of the body and the other, not pushing it too far, not off balance, but just leaning into the knuckles in both hands. And then point the fingertips back towards the knees so that the palms face up. We're going to squeeze, make a fist with the hands. Then release the fingertips. Then squeeze, make a fist, release the fingertips. Squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release. And then flip those fingertips back over. And then we're going to send the weight of our hips backward and come into a child's pose. Letting the shoulders reach out far in front of you, maybe even inching the fingertips forward. Feeling that side body stretch and that stretch in the shoulders as you begin to expand and find more space in the shoulder girdle. Letting the head hang heavy. And then let's inhale, walk the fingers forward, keep the chest lifted, pull the belly button towards the spine, hips are over the knees. And then we're going to, in this an extended position, maybe on the fingertips, maybe on the palms, begin to arch the back and melt the heart towards the floor, coming into a puppy pose. So beginning to really find some space in the shoulder girdle. Breathing deeply. Tailbone reaches high. And then we're going to actively engage by pressing the fingertips into the floor and letting the heart continue to melt down as we squeeze the biceps toward one another, squeeze the shoulders up. And then exhale, round through the spine, round through the shoulders, and press the earth away. So we're taking some kind of like our cat-cow motions in a puppy pose. Arching the back, tailbone high, lift the chin. Keep the elbows lifted, and then exhale, round the spine like an angry cat, but on those fingertips in puppy. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, press the earth away, shrug the shoulders. Ooh, we're feeling that really getting nice and deep into the shoulders here. Oh, it feels so good. This is one of my favorite postures. Doing this to wake up the shoulder girdle and stretch out, especially after a long day of sitting or night of sleeping in one position. Feels so good. Just oscillating the spine back and forth here. And then with your next exhale, plant the palms, and we're going to roll forward onto the belly, coming onto the forearms, so that we meet in Sphinx pose. In Sphinx pose, take an inhale, roll the shoulders back broad through the collarbones, engage the glutes. As you engage the glutes, you'll notice that your pelvis starts to tilt towards the floor. That's going to lengthen your lumbar spine. That's this part of the spine. So go ahead and lengthen the crown of the head forward. Engage the glutes to feel the length in your spine. And then as we exhale, we're going to straighten the arms, lift up, seal pose. Press the tops of the feet down. Engage the inner thighs towards one another. Actively engage the core and the glutes. Exhale, lower to the forearms. Inhale, lift, engage. Exhale, lower. Lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, and let's hold it there. And if this feels really good, go ahead and walk the hands a little closer to the body. Again, engaging the glutes here, strengthening to lengthen. It's a fun little rhyme. And walking the fingertips back a little further. You got it. And then exhale, rolling down lower all the way to the floor. Slide the fingertips back next to the rib cage, tuck the toes, and we're either going to send it up to the knees or straight up into your high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Here we are, ready to start building some heat, warming up through the core, maybe walking out your dog here. Let's check in with our fingertips. Spread the fingertips wide. Maybe the middle finger even points towards the corners of your mat, just slightly angled outwards. Claw through the fingertips. Press the knuckles into the floor, into your mat, and invite the elbows towards one another. That'll give you some space in your shoulders and some stability as well. Now we're going to round through the spine, tuck the tailbone, and shift the weight forward, picking a point to look at in between the thumbs. Stare at that point between the thumbs and shift your weight so it's further forward. Now you're kind of looking backwards. High plank. Exhale, send the hips high. Keep staring at that point. Now we're just going to stare at that point over and over again. Shrug the shoulders, tilt forward, high plank. Exhale, send the hips back, staring at that spot between the fingertips. Training your brain, moving forward. Exhaling back, that no matter where your head is, where your gaze is coming from, you're stable. Okay, this is good prep for handstands if you're interested in those, or arm balances, or just calming the brain. Saying, hey, body, I can move back and forth, be in any orientation, and still know how to handle myself. Back in downward dog, let's meet there. And we're going to step, hop, or jump, feet between the fingertips. Inhale, halfway lift at the front of your mat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms come to reach overhead, come to stand, palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's take a sun salutation. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant, palm, step, hop, jump back to the end of your mat. Chaturanga or belly. Inhale, upward facing dog or baby cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Sweep the right toes high. And inhale, knee to nose, step the foot through, dropping the back heel to a 45-degree angle. Inhale up, warrior one. Square the hips to the front of the mat. Actively engage the back leg. Circle the arms around behind you and down towards either side of the right foot. Step it back, high plank. Exhale, lower, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Press the earth away, shrug the shoulders, elbows and biceps reach towards each other. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose, step the left foot through, drop right heel to 45 degrees. Inhale, warrior one, arms up high. Actively engage the back leg. Breathing deeply. Should remind myself of that too. Exhale, circle the arms around, back and down, planting them on either side of your left foot. Step it back, high plank. Exhale, lower halfway or all the way. Inhale, lift chest and chin, flip the toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the tailbone, send the heart back. Exhale, find a little bit deeper of an expression of the posture. Inhale, catch the breath. Exhale, remember your intention. Next, inhale, we look forward, step, hop, or jump in between the feet, landing at the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, drop the hips, sweep the arms high, chair pose. Exhale, palms to heart center. Let's go one more time. Inhale, arms sweep high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, hop back to high plank, lower through your chaturanga. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, downward dog. Right toe sweep high. Exhale, knee to nose, plant the right foot, 45-degree angle with the back heel. Inhale, arms high, warrior one. Circle the arms around, back and down. Plant the palms, step back, high plank. Exhale, lowering chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Left toe sweep high. Exhale, knee to nose, step the foot through, drop right heel, 45 degrees. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, sweep arms all the way back around and down. Stepping back, high plank, lowering chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. And exhale, downward facing dog. I think we're warm now. From here, we're going to play with handstand. So take a few of those rocks again. Pick a spot in between your thumbs. Stare right at that spot. And then we're going to exhale forward to high plank and stare at that same spot. And then backward, down for dog. Stare at the same spot. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Forward and back. Forward and back. Now, walk your feet a little closer to your hands. And before we do anything, let's build some strength. Let's do that. So we're going to exhale, elbows to the floor. As if you could hug the elbows together, we're coming into dolphin pose. Beautiful job. Lift the hips high, bend the knees as needed. We'll open up the hamstrings as we go. Then exhale, chin towards thumbs, and send it back. Inhale. Exhale, chin towards thumbs. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Inhale back. Forward. Back. Forward. Back. 3 more. Forward. Back. Forward. When you go back, collarbone, heart spread. Forward. Back. Forward. Back. Nice work. Press up to downward facing dog. Let's walk the hands back to the back of the mat. Forward fold. Grab hands of opposite elbows. Take a sway side to side. Maybe shake the wrists out. Maybe wiggle the body. Ooh, that's so fun. And then let's walk the hands forward a little bit more. Let's build a little more strength. Exhale, again, squeeze the elbows towards one another, coming down, dolphin pose. Inhale, lift the elbows. Little dolphin push-ups. Exhale, drop the elbows, lift the hips. Inhale, downward dog. Elbows down, hips up. Inhale, straighten the arms. Elbows down, hips up. Straighten the arms. Lower, lift, lower, straighten, bend, straighten. 5, straighten. 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, what a fun burner. Walk the hands back. Meet one more time in forward fold. Ooh. This time, maybe grab hold of big toes if that feels available. Inhale, halfway lift, straighten the flat back, and exhale, forward fold. Use the toes and the elbows to invite the heart closer to the thighs. Inhale, halfway lift. Then as you exhale, fold forward, but then let's ragdoll all the way up to stand. Just taking a moment to slowly allow the oxygen to flow out of our top half of the body and back into the legs. Allow the blood to get some circulation. Maybe take some big circles with the arms. Forward. Then take some circles with the arms the other way back. Whew. Inhale, arms high, palms come to touch, look up towards the ceiling. Exhale, fold it forward. Inhale, walk the hands out. We're going to walk the hands out so that maybe you're in about 2/3 of what your downward facing dog would be. And then we're going to puff up the back of the heart as if in an angry cat position. Tuck the tailbone. Step the right foot forward, or left foot if you're left foot dominant, and we're going to point the left toes back. Those left toes are going to swing up high, and we're going to jump towards a handstand, but we're not going to hang out there. We're just going to pull the right knee into the chest and then set the right toes back down and land in a low lunge. So if you want to watch, I'll show you what this is going to look like. We step our right foot forward, lift left leg high, and then jump off the right toes so that the right toes land again, left leg lands in the back, and we inhale to a lunge. Okay, we're going to do that a few times. Are we ready? Plant the palms, step the feet back, downward facing dog. Step right foot forward, left toes lift, puff up the back of the heart, look at that spot between your thumbs, and inhale, lift up. Exhale, right foot lands right back down. Step it back, high lunge. You did it. Then plant your palms, step back, downward dog. Let's go for the other side. So opposite foot comes forward. For me, that's going to be my left foot, and my right toes reach high. I puff up the back of the heart. I claw through my fingertips. I stare at that spot on the floor. I bend my left knee, and then I jump up with the left knee, land with the left foot, step the right toes back. Inhale, lunge. Okay, we got that? Let's do alternating, and we'll see if we can do 5 on each side. So plant your palms somewhere near the front of your mat, step back, downward facing dog. Right toes forward, puff up the back of the heart, lift left toes, jump off right leg. Exhale, right foot to the floor, left foot to the floor. High lunge. Plant the palms, step back, downward facing dog. Left toes forward, bend left leg, puff up the back of the heart, press down into the palms, stare at the spot on the floor, lift right leg, left toes down. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, plant palms, step it back, downward dog. Right toe step forward, left toe sweep high, puff up the back of the heart, stare at the spot between your fingers, elbows strong, lift up, set right foot down, left foot down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Downward dog. Left toes forward, right toes up, round the back of the body. Lift up, left toes down, right toes down. Low lunge. Take a couple more of those at your speed. Remembering, puff up the back of the heart, look at your spot on the floor. Maybe catch some hang time before setting those toes down and coming to your lunge. Take a couple more here. Looking for that hang time at the top, but strongly pointing through the top foot so that you don't fall forward. Just as important as knowing how to get up is knowing how to fall. So we keep that knee, the bottom knee, glued to our chest to weight us backwards, to keep us from falling forward. All sorts of counterbalances. We're aware of all the ways our body can move. We can convince it to do pretty much anything. Next time you plant your palms and step back to downward facing dog, let's meet there. Walk the hands back to the back of the mat, meeting in forward fold. Take a deep breath, side out. Inhale, halfway lift. And as you exhale, we're going to plant our palms a little bit farther in front of us than a forward fold. And then bend our knees so that our knees come to the backs of our biceps or elbows. Squeeze the biceps and elbows together. Reach the crown of the head forward. And we're going to come into crow pose. But let's do one leg at a time. So squeeze the right knee and right heel into right glute. And then set it down. Rock back onto your toes. Let's rock forward again. Send the crown of the head forward. Lift the hips up. Actively engage through the shoulders. And then lift the left toes. And then set them down. And then let's sit back in Malasana and give the wrists a couple rolls before we come to crow pose, and we're going to see just how long we can hold it. If you haven't held crow pose before and you're worried about falling on the floor, go get some pillows. Set the pillows up around you. Pause the video. Take some time to set up. Or you can set up a couple of blocks in front of you to also rest your forehead to give you another point of contact. Okay? All just options, all available to you so that we can try and play with this posture and build some strength. So are we ready? Let's see how long we can hold it for. Plant the palms, lift the hips high, actively engage through the knuckles and the fingertips. Squeeze the elbows together. Find that space on your biceps and elbows that feels good and lean your weight forward. Squeeze the heels in towards the body. Smile, you've got this. Let's hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set those toes down. Maybe you held it longer than I did. I shifted my gaze there. And you know, we're just playing. Roll the wrists out, sit back in Malasana. And let's go for that one more time. Remembering, if you want to put some blocks in front of you, if you have a wall, if you have a pillow that you'd like to use, all are available options for you. But just again, finding that space on your biceps or your elbows where the knee feels like it locks in, sending the hips high, leaning the weight forward, and just imagining, I'm light as a feather. Lifting the heels up, squeeze the glutes, press down and away from the floor. You got it. And when you're ready, exiting out of your crow pose. Feeling good. We've done some good work today. Let's walk our hands forward. Melt the heart one more time in puppy pose. Finding a little more depth in the posture, reaching the tailbone high. Pressing the tops of the feet into the floor. Letting the heart rest or seek rest on the floor. And then inhale, puffing up the back of the heart, tucking the tailbone, rounding the spine, and rolling forward one more time into that Sphinx pose. Meeting here, inhaling. And as you exhale, straightening the arms, seal pose, engage the glutes. And from here, lowering back onto the forearms, taking your left arm, and we're going to turn the left arm so that it is horizontal, parallel with the top edge of your mat. Then bend the right leg in, and we're going to bring the right heel close to the glutes. So the right heel is close to the glutes, using the right hand to press down, using the left elbow to press up and open through the collarbones. Maybe you turn the right hand so that the fingers face forward and the elbow points out, and you use that to find more leverage. This is a deep quad stretch. It's also called frog, or half frog in this case. And then exhaling, releasing the right foot. Let's go for the opposite side. So planting your right arm parallel to the top of your mat, horizontal, perpendicular to your body, and then reaching the left arm back to grab hold with right toe of left toes. Right toes press into the floor, glutes activated, pressing through the right elbow and up through the collarbones. Smile on the face, in the eyes. Soften your breath. And then releasing the legs. And let's see if we can go for a full expression of this posture. If you would like, you're welcome to repeat half, doing one side and then the other. But if you're ready to try this with me, let's wiggle around on the floor. That's what I'm doing until we feel comfortable. And then bend both heels in towards the hips, grab hold of the tops of the feet, and then see if you can arrange your fingertips so they're facing forward. And then bend the elbows, lift the chest, squeeze everything together. Woo! It's an intense one. You got it. And exhale, lower. Inhale, lift the chest, tuck the toes, and let's scoop the tailbone high, downward facing dog. Next breath, let's inhale, step, hop, jump between the hands. And then as we lower the hips, come and sit down on the floor. We'll take a couple more fun postures, but we're going to warm up the hips a little bit before we do it. So facing the top edge of your mat or wherever you'd like, we're going to bend one leg in, grab hold of the bottom of the right foot, and just pump that leg back, okay? So maybe your left leg stays long. We're just pumping the right knee back, really loosening up through the hip joint here. So rotating that ball in its socket, just getting some lubrication and some familiarity in the body with this deep expression. And then we're going to take and swing the right foot over so that it lands inside the left elbow. Maybe give that leg a hug, like cradling a baby, and just rocking back and forth. Again, we're just rotating in that ball and socket joint so that our body is familiar with the motions that we're about to take. Okay, awesome work. And then sending the right leg long. Let's warm up the other leg. I promise we'll get there. And we're gonna pump the left leg back. Maybe take the right hand to the hip, pumping that left hip open, feeling the full range of motion in that joint. And then bringing the right foot into the left foot into the right elbow, cradling the leg, rocking the baby. And then finally, we're going to take pigeon on both sides, and then we're going to see if we can get into grasshopper, and then we'll close out our practice, okay? So we have been warming up our hamstrings and our hips and our wrists and playing with our balance and shifting our gaze and all of that with the goal of getting us to a place where we can really try and be flexy and get into a funky pose. So this funky pose, grasshopper, requires a lot of flexibility in both the shoulders and in the hips. So what we're going to take is we're going to take pigeon, bending the left foot in towards the pelvis. Again, focusing on the rotation from the hip joint, sending the right leg long behind us, and then inhaling, reaching the arms high, settling in. And as we exhale, we're going to bring our left arm across the body and see if we can meet left foot with left shoulder. Just opening up through pigeon here. Getting this big, nice, deep twist. And we'll just breathe here for I don't know, a while. It feels so good. Maybe remembering your intention, maybe feeling strong and brave. And then bringing the right palm in front of the face and pressing back up to a seat. And let's just rock onto the left outer hip, swing the right foot forward, and we'll take this on the opposite side. I'll go ahead and face you. So right heel comes in towards pelvis, or maybe you're feeling extra flexy today and you straighten that shin out towards parallel with the top of your mat. Whatever feels good in your body. Everybody is different and every day is different. Inhale, reach the arms high. And then as you exhale, sweep the right arm over so that right shoulder connects with right toes, or as close as feels possible in your body today. Letting the head rest. Feeling the deep shoulder stretch, as well as that hip flexor, that opening in pigeon. And then just getting ready for the fun that's about to come. Inhale, bringing the left palm in near the face. Use it to help press you back up to a seated position. Roll out onto that right outer hip. And then let's stand up, and all together, let's face the long side of the mat. Now, for this posture, this might be fun. It might be something we've never really tried before, but let's just be brave and let's go for it. If you've been practicing with me, you know that I will always say, please listen to your body. This is your practice. So if it doesn't feel good, change it so that it feels good for you. But if you're ready, let's try it like this. We're going to sit down into chair pose. Inhale the arms high. Exhale, hands to heart center. Then we're going to lift the left foot up, cross it over the right knee so that we're in like a modified pigeon pose, but in chair. Then we're going to go ahead and take this left elbow and cross it over just like we just did in pigeon so that it meets the floor and also the inside of our foot. Now, like we did in crow, we're going to squeeze our elbows towards one another. Squeeze the elbows in. And then we are going to look at that dot on the floor like we did in a handstand and see if that right foot will just float off the floor. Squeeze everything towards the center line. Lift up from the shoulders and out of the fingertips. And then exit the same way we came in. Walking the fingertips back, bringing hands to heart center, setting the foot down, and inhaling tall. Whew. Shake it out. You did it. Now let's go for the opposite side. Lots of fun here today. All right. Inhale, arms to heart center. Exhale, settle into a squat. Lift the right leg, cross right ankle over left knee. Then take this right elbow, and like we did in pigeon, loop it so that as close to the shoulder as possible, we connect the bicep and the right foot. Plant the hands down. Squeeze the elbows towards one another. Find your drishti, your point on the floor. Then float that left foot up. You got it. And then exiting the way you came, gently walking back up to your chair. Settling the foot down. Inhale, stand, and do a little dance. You just did something new. Or maybe it was old, but it was fun. Good work today, team. Let's meet in a downward facing dog. Then exhale, knees as wide as the mat. Big toes come to touch. And let's melt the heart towards the floor. Slowing down the breath. Soaking in the benefits of fun and challenging practice. Soaking in the benefits of knowing that you are capable of all sorts of feats, mental and physical. Taking that feeling that acknowledgement with you. Let's walk the hands back. Swing the feet underneath of us and come to our backs, where we will close out our practice with a quick round of abs, some twists, and then a shavasana. So for our ab work today, let's inhale, lift the chest. And then as you exhale, bring left knee to right elbow. And then send the leg long. Then left knee to right knee to left elbow. Doing some bicycles here. Let's go for, 100? 1, 3, 5. Let's go. 20. 40. 60. Lift the chest. Squeeze the inner thighs. Point through the toes. Engage the legs. Soften the face. 65. 80. 90. 100. Whoo! Let the head rest. Let the feet rest. And let's windshield wiper the knees from right, back through center, over to the left, over to the right, to the left, back through center. Take the feet as wide as the mat and let the knees fall in towards one another. Place one hand on the belly, one on the heart, and recognize the ability and control you have to calm the nervous system and to slow the breath. Next breath, let's bring both knees into chest. Send the left leg long and cross the right knee over to the left side of the body, taking a reclined twist. Reach the arms out wide like a T, or maybe that left arm stays on top of the right knee. And if you'd like to take a fun variation here, you can bend the left knee and grab hold of the left foot with the right hand. Nice little twist, quad stretch combination here to close out our practice. Maybe begin to close down the eyes. If you've taken a bind, release the left toes, bring the knee back into chest. Send the right leg long, left knee comes into chest. Left leg crosses over to the right side of the body, send the left arm long. Maybe if you took the bind on the opposite side, you bend the right leg and grab hold of the toes with the left hand, spiraling the heart up towards the sky, the shoulders back onto the earth. Breathing into the twist here. And then inhale back through center, left knee comes into the chest, right knee joins it. Lift the head up towards the knees. Give yourself a big hug, tight squeeze. Say some kind words to yourself like, thanks, body. I love you. You're pretty cool. And then exhale. Whew. Legs as wide as the mat, palms face up, landing in Shavasana. Inviting the breath to be slow and soft. Inviting the forehead to be smooth. Relaxing the tongue and the mouth. And before we leave our practice today, let's do a quick body scan, just bringing awareness to the toes, the ankles, the shins and the knees, the hips, the core, feeling the tingling and aliveness that is there, feeling the energy that you have created. Bringing the awareness up through the heart space and down through the arms into the palms of the hands and the fingers. And then bringing it circling back up through the shoulders, the neck, the face. Bringing a soft smile to the corners of the eyes, the inside of the mouth. Feeling what it feels like to smile with the thoughts in your mind. And then when you're ready to come back to the space, beginning to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Circle the wrists and the knees and the ankles and gently bring the knees in towards chest, rolling onto one side, cradling the head and the arms. Before gently pressing yourself back up to a seated position. Eyes remain soft or closed. In this moment, reflecting on how you took this time to practice, feeling gratitude for a body that moves you, a heart that fills you with compassion, and a mind that fills you with ideas. Thank you for joining me today. I bow humbly to you. Namaste. Thanks so much, friends, for joining me. It has been a real treat to flow with you today and every day. If you did like this, please feel free to share it and follow me on Instagram for any updates about when new videos will be coming. I am really loving this community, so tell me what you're looking for in the comments, and we will keep making videos every week for you to enjoy. Thanks, everyone, and have a wonderful rest of your day.